about that. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to get in my car. I was ready to go exercise. Let me put my phone down. I just want y'all to listen to what I'm saying, okay? People, when I say, witchcraft, people think that people are just manipulating people through their emotions and stuff. But I'm talking about real, true witchcraft. And I know you're probably saying that it just doesn't, that's not going with your topic. That's not going with what you're dealing with. You're trying to go and build a shelter and you're trying to do this. Well, actually, in reality, it really does, because most of these people have been faced with these demonic attacks, These people just don't get up and come out and want to be alcoholics or drunkards. It's a spirit. That is a spirit that is attacking them. And some of them, you'll see when they try to let it go, or they're away from certain people, and they can't recover. But I wanted to talk about trickery through phones, is because, oh my goodness, yeah, I need to get out of the car. It's too doggone hot. But this is one of the attacks that I suffered after leaving a fake Christian group. Okay, when I started getting away from these people who acted like they were Christians and they really was, I found out that they was into sorcery and necromancy and divination. These are the tricks that they come up with, and they have to have a point of contact. So they'll sit there and they know how to, they'll try to get a contact with you. What they'll do is they'll use the phone, and you'll be wondering, why is these phone numbers coming? These phone numbers, you'll be like, I don't know anyone from this number. The moment you answer that phone is a point of contact. I know that sounds crazy. But just trust me, if you've been through this and it's clicking on in your head and you're like, well, that's what happened to me. That's kind of what happened to me. That is what's going on. There's somebody that's trying to make a pact with you. And even though you never said yes or no, once you open that phone and you answer that phone, you made that agreement to say, yes, I'm ready to talk, and this happened to me a couple of times. And sure enough, every single time I was on the brink of having something or progress was really coming in my life. The moment that I really actually started taking notice of it was because in my dream, it was showing me. And God, in the Bible, it talks about how God shows you in dreams and visions and stuff. And I was talking about how I seen all the same people, and these people I never knew, but when I got here, I started seeing them, and I was just like, how is this even possible? What is their point in my life? What is their purpose? So yeah, that's what happened. Be careful of that. And then they'll leave a message. They can't contact you, right? Because you're not answering their phone. Or they'll leave a message, and the message will come out very, very weird. I had one, and it was talking about Alchemy's 40. And I was like, how is this Alchemy's 40? And it's not like I have a huge, when I got this message, it wasn't like I had a huge fan base, because everything had got shut down. Everything had got shut down on my pages. I had shut my own page down because I knew something was going on. I knew I was having some kind of demonic attack. I knew something was going on. And I was like, I needed time to just be with God and let God direct me, because there's so much chaos going around me. And but yeah, the person sent me this thing, and it was like alchemy something, and I was like, who is this? And one of my clients actually started telling me what was going on, and I'm like, you know what, my grandparents used to say the same thing. My other grandmother that is Haitian, she says this, this is how they do. This is what they do. They'll send it to somebody who's into the dark arts. And what they do is, and people are so unaware because they're not even thinking about it. They're not thinking about sorcery as using electronics or telecommunications or through medication or through, drugs and stuff. Everybody's like, oh, let's do this. Let's not have these boundaries. But they really do help you. If you know what you're fighting against, then you know how to tackle it. It's not like you can eliminate everything. You can't eliminate every call. You're going to have unwanted calls. But these calls, it's going to stir something up in you, something inside your stomach. What the heck? So from now on, I don't answer calls that I don't know. If it's somebody, they can leave a message. You see what I'm saying? They can leave a message. But yeah, I wanted to say that because if you're going through that, maybe it can help you or help somebody else, because I know I'm not the only person that goes through it. Of course, because my grandparents knew all about this, both sides of my family. And and this was before all this extra super, technology was like really, really in. So, yeah, just be careful. Another way that they use like a method of like contact, what they'll do is they'll watch your habits. They'll send a spirit to like, and everybody has monitoring spirits around them, so that's no thing. God tells you that they, everything is being watched. You're not in this world alone, of course. So nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden from the Lord. But for every good part, it's a bad counterpart. So what they do, they'll sit there and they'll monitor you. So they'll see what you're doing on your phone and then tap it that way. See what your weakness is and tap it that way. So, yeah, just be careful. This is not a long message. Wasn't designed for that. I just felt like I needed to get it off my chest because I had this happen literally yesterday. And when this comes around, don't just not answer it. Pray to the Holy Spirit that God will lead you and destroy the yoke of the enemy. Whatever spirit that was attached to that phone call, whatever spirit that was attached to you answering, that was trying to make that connection, let it be scalded by the fire of Jesus Christ, by the Holy Ghost of Jesus Christ, and return to a sender, that it abused them twice as much as he did to you. I always say 7 times 7, because it says ask and it shall be given, and people think like God is one of those people like, he's merciful. Yeah, he's merciful, but he's also just, and he said, anything you ask of me, I can give to you. You see what I'm saying? Like Solomon even had the opportunity to have, the head of his enemies. God asked him what else he wanted. He said he wanted wisdom, to and knowledge to serve the people, so you can ask for it. And that's what I do. I no longer, I ask for wisdom and humility and knowledge to understand that God is God, and to have me to follow him, so nothing really else, because God already supplies everything. He supplies your needs. He tells you, don't think about what you're going to eat for the day. Don't the birds eat? I feed the birds. So you are higher than the birds and the fowls of the air. So if he's taking care of them, why should I care about if I lose a job or not? There's been many times that I lost a job, and many times I've been homeless. Let me tell you. And God will send people who will give me better meals than the people who making better jobs than I, was during that time, or when I was making, $60 an hour. So I just want y'all to just understand that God is God, and he does whatever he chooses. But he also gives us tools, and gives us the word to armor ourselves when these times come. Like, people are really, doing whatever to get what they want, and not thinking about the consequences that it hurts, the consequences afterwards, that it's hurting other people, and that's what wicked people really are. You might not think that a person that's not wicked because they're doing all these good acts, but they're doing it, how they're going about doing it is wrong. They're taking other people's stars. They're taking other people's glory. If there's something that you actually really want to do, you're going to do the work. You're going to put the work in it. God said, ask and it shall be given. So if it was something that you was already destined to do, he's going to give it to you. If you ask for it and you believe in his word, he's going to give it to you. It's no need to steal from someone else's, or, bring someone else down and cripple them in their mind and in their spirit and in their bodies to go and do it. And that's what people do with these phone hacks, with these, with this witchcraft, with this sorcery, with our whole system is based off of that whole fear concept. I work at a place, and I was just like, okay, how long am I going to be able to stand and be able to go through this? Because they always have to find a scapegoat. It always has to be someone that's super great, and instead of acknowledging everyone's talents for what they are, but it's just like that. So, and since we are not of this world, yes, it's going to affect us. So, understand that. I'm going to make another video, talking about the difference of, uncomfortableness, because this comes with uncomfortableness. When you see this stuff, you're going to see the change that you're going to have to do. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey Stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Sorry about all the walking, but I didn't want to put everybody's business out there. So thanks.